Part 3. 8 a.m. I clocked in at the office store right on time. The office smelled of that non-dairy coffee creamer, which smelled nice but made you gain weight. I shook my head, thinking about how I needed to take care of myself as a girl, and threw my floral canvas tote bag onto my chair. I waved at Marcus across from me, whose shirt was all wrinkled, having another all-nighter apparently. "Good morning, Marcus. Another all-nighter? You feeling okay?" I asked. "Just a minor thing. I am not old yet," he said. "You're in great shape. Sigh, I didn't work hard after college, just played around all day. Now I only have regrets. Otherwise, I could be working overtime with you," I said. "Lily, ambition is good, but don't be like Jackson," Marcus said. I smiled without responding, sat down, pulled out my phone with earbuds, put one in my ear, and pulled out a notebook from my bag. I wrote, "Surveillance target Marcus continues using time control skill daily. No collateral effects observed. Just a regular college graduate, just a regular girl entering a regular company, becoming a regular employee. I think I should play some regular disco to reflect my life story. But I'm not completely regular. I'm a superpowers inspector. Though it sounds grand and impressive, we inspectors don't actually have any superpowers. Inspectors work for an organization that monitors people with actual abilities. The organization regularly selects sufficiently ordinary people without ambition or curiosity to be silent observers. In exchange, they provide substantial material compensation. Observers don't need to know too much. We're like screws in any ordinary job. We get paid and do our work. Like someone who wins $5 million in a lottery and turns their life around, I'm just a lucky person chosen by the organization. Even though I talk about being regular, nobody argues with money. There's a joke going around that everyone prays to God for something. When enough people call heaven's phone line, it gets busy and nobody can get through. But anyone who's ever used a phone knows that even though everyone calling the same number at once causes the line to be blocked, occasionally someone gets lucky with the timing and gets through. When humans make the occasional wish that comes true, some people just ask for luck. Others, through some accident of timing, gain superhuman abilities. Our job is to monitor these people. The boss said that when people are on guard, they guard against plants, animals, wind sounds, and their environment. But nobody guards against air. We need to be the harmless air that keeps these people alive, so we can observe them more easily. When the boss explained this philosophical nonsense, I thought he was way too wordy. Marcus is a genuinely good person, in the conventional sense. I don't think his helping others is entirely pure, but in terms of results, his actions definitely qualify as good. This is universally acknowledged within the company. So I often deliberately did sloppy work and dragged things out until late, making my surveillance target completely relax around me and think I depended on him. That way, I wouldn't get fired for being incompetent, and I wouldn't get promoted for being too skilled. 8:16 a.m. Jackson showed up. Jackson sits at my opposite desk and was my college classmate. I asked around at university about him. He's introverted, antisocial, always saying he wanted to lay around and play dead instead of working hard. Because of his extreme introversion, he seemed out of place, but fundamentally, he's a stubborn guy with his own territory. Marcus wanted to educate Jackson. Jackson didn't understand Marcus. Extreme versus extreme. I thought this would eventually blow up, but it was also interesting to watch. The day Marcus took Jackson out on an errand, I got a call from the boss saying he'd been waiting for his kids' test to finish when he saw my surveillance target and asked why I hadn't followed them. I rolled my eyes and said I was playing the role of a clumsy girl, so how could the target have taken me along? The boss was silent for a moment, then said he'd overheard them talking at the restaurant and thought something was about to go wrong. But something going wrong. What did that have to do with me, just being air? The next day was Saturday, another work day. As soon as I got in, I heard people from the next apartment talking about how the city government wanted compensation. Marcus had taken the sundial home and installed watch hands on it. That afternoon, the police brought me in to ask questions. A large company meeting was held about self-stress management under pressure, and I sat in the back row watching Jackson play with his phone. The edge of Marcus's watch was sticking out of his pocket. I had earbuds in my ears, and I typed in the chat window. "Boss, did you see the news?"
"Saw it."
"Already handling it. Just wait." Any tea to spill? How did he move the sundial by himself? Jackson helped him. The two of them were enough. But we checked the surveillance. He never left the residential building again that night. Then a second Jackson appeared at the surveillance target's location. Probably either he developed the ability independently, or the surveillance target used his ability.
Keep watch.
See if the ability is intrinsic or if the target created it. We need to document it. Received, boss. Then came Jackson's sudden awakening, like a god descending from heaven. The leaders found their savior. Within a month, he was promoted to assistant team lead, right under Marcus. I thought Marcus would probably get fired if he didn't come back soon, so I went ahead and talked to HR about going to the hospital to pick up my medical test results. I brought Marcus a fruit basket at the hospital entrance. Through the door crack, I saw Marcus adjusting his watch hands and suddenly understood everything. I didn't expect to play the role of a sweeping sage in this story. The reason Jackson returned to that night to help Marcus move the sundial was Marcus himself. Marcus's goal was never the sundial or some big dream. He just wanted to control Jackson, to make this useless junior work overtime willingly. Thinking about it, I looked up and saw Marcus biting into that beautiful red apple that was actually sour and unripe, and I laughed too. I was just a docile background character who appeared by name in someone else's story. 8 a.m. I clocked in at the office door, right on time. Seeing my cohort Jackson in Marcus's familiar workaholic mode, I leaned over the divider and waved. "How's it going with your girlfriend? When you get married, save the date and let me know so I can make time," I said. "Thanks for making time for me, big sister. Actually, I set it for next week. Marcus is coming back to work today, right?" he said. "Don't call me big sister. Marcus is coming back today? He's gonna be shocked when he sees you," I said. Jackson smiled at me without saying anything. I pulled my chair over and sat back down. From my bag, I pulled out my phone with earbuds attached, put one in my ear. I've never liked that praying mantis watching the yellow bird behind the tree kind of thing. Who knows if there's a hawk behind the yellow bird or a hunter behind the hawk? So I just want to be air, a character with no name in the script, like NPC Village A in a game. I pulled a notebook from my bag and wrote. Surveillance target Marcus continues to use time control skill daily. Collateral damage, 1 person. Number of watches, increased to 2.